My name's Pete Koziell. I work for Chumba Salon in Melbourne. I've been hairdressing since 2008 when I started my apprenticeship, and I met my boss Carl, who still mentors me to this day. When I met him and saw his vision with hairdressing, I knew that I'd found exactly what I was after in the industry. I don't know if I would have lasted in any other salon group. I think I was really lucky it was meant to be that I got into Chumba Salon. What I focus on as a hairdresser is post-punk hairstyling. To do those crazy cuts that I get to do in the photo shoots, it's usually the model's decision. It's never really mine, and I've been really lucky that way. I'm always one to like suggest as a joke when I've got my client in the chair, oh, it'd be awesome if we cut your hair really short. And then they'd freak out. And it might take maybe 12 months, but eventually I would get to cut the hair short because they've thought about it so much and they trust me and they know that it's gonna look really cool. Generally, because I put so much crazy haircut work out there, I kind of attract that as well. I get a lot of feedback from hairdressers going like, shit, how do you get to do this stuff? And I don't know, you gotta be really persistent. You gotta know what you want to do. And when you get the opportunity to do it, you've just gotta do it. You've gotta do it with all the confidence you've got, because otherwise you wouldn't be in that position. I've got a really demanding clientele in Chapel Street, always predicting trends. We're always looking at what's happening. We're looking at the evolution of hair and seeing where it's going to go. And because we get published so often, it means that we can influence hair fashion. I'm a bit of a hair nerd. I get way into talking design with my clients. Balancing out concepts on people's faces. We might be cutting a fringe to highlight an area of their face, and how a color is going to affect their skin tone and things like that. I'm a pretty experimental hairdresser as well. I'll try new things, and not all the time they'll work, but I'll try them on the right client if I doubt it. I'm always looking for the new texture. I'm looking for the new look, for the new style, for the new feeling with hair. I'm going to go to Sweden this year and work with a salon for 3 weeks called Sybtech. That's my big holiday. The fashion industry is a funny little industry. You're either part of it or you just don't really get involved with it at all. And to be able to capture that on film and bring that out into the real world, onto the internet, into television, I think that'd be an awesome thing. We've made the odd little promo video in the past, which has been really fun, just showing behind the scenes at our photo shoots. And it just gives people a look into our, as hairdressers, our career is really exciting. It's really fun. It's an awesome lifestyle to be living. From what I've seen of Fred Hates Fashion, it's doing something a little bit different, and I really like the vibe of that. I like that it's a bit anti-fashion. I see a lot of really commercial stuff in Melbourne Fashion Week. It's very heavily controlled and dominated by bigger brands, and it really dominant dogs the little guys out. And there's some really cool stuff in little niche areas of Melbourne that we're missing out on. Fred Hates Fashion. If they can promote those little guys a bit more and push them up a bit more, I think that's a really beautiful thing, yeah, definitely. I think I always wanted to be a hairdresser. I always did, but I kind of kept that secret from everybody because I grew up out in Gippsland, and my parents put a lot of pressure on me to be academic. I worked in a pharmacy for the whole year, and I don't know, there was just something that clicked in my mind. I think it was something about growing up of instead of the voice inside my head that always told me oh, being a hairdresser would be really cool, but you're not ever going to do that. Something just switched over and I went, oh no, actually I don't think I could be anything else but a hairdresser now.